Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. This is a video, it's an older video, but I'm going to do a voiceover here, and it's something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time. Some people have kind of got bent out of shape when I talk bad on Snap-on and Mac, but you know what? Everybody's experience with these companies, these tool companies, is going to be different because don't let anybody tell you different. It depends on your route driver. The truck driver, the guy that owns the separate business from Snap-on corporate, Mac corporate, they buy the route from corporate. They drive the truck, they own the tools, they sell you the tools. They are a separate business. That's what a lot of these guys don't want you to know and what a lot of people don't understand. So if you have a route driver that's a scumbag, that goes under, that has issues, that doesn't want to come and warranty your tools, you are going to be in a pretty rough situation. And I got well over 60 grand in these tools. That's not bragging or anything. I do this for a living. 3 sets of sockets is 58,000. So I don't even really got that much. But the problem, I bought this stuff under the impression that I would always have somebody come to warranty it. And to me, that is worth a lot. To me, that is worth a hell of a lot. The problem with that, my route driver was a scumbag. And now I need to send these tools off with somebody that has a route driver that'll warranty them for me. Since everything I've had has been paid off for a long time, no route driver wants to, come out and come to my shop because I'm not going to buy anything for a long time because I need to know that I can trust these guys. So I'm in a weird situation. Now, I'm expected, if I want to warranty a tool, which they do break, I don't care how expensive and American-made your tools are, they break. It happens. So I'm expected to ship this stuff off to Snap-on corporate with proof of purchase. You have got to be kidding me. I mean, do you guys save your receipts? Yeah, oh yeah, I got all my receipts. That's what I do. I save receipts for everything. Give me a break. I paid $3 million for a set of screwdrivers that happens to be the most terrible screwdrivers on the planet from Snap-on, and I'm expected to ship them off, and they replace half of the screwdriver. We'll talk about all this, but this is stuff that I wish somebody would have told me, and you're going to hear all kinds of people in the comments say, no way, Snap-on is the best, I got a good route driver. Listen, and I'm not saying this sarcastically, but good for you. Good for you. You just don't have the same experience that I do. I have been doing this for a long time. This is real world, first-hand knowledge, first-hand experience, and again, it's probably a different experience than you, but that just goes to show you that it depends on the route driver, the truck driver. So now I'm stuck with all these tools. I have no way to warranty them. I'm not shipping my stuff off. That costs money. They give you a hard time sometimes. Just know this stuff. I wish somebody would have told me this. When I got into all these tools, Harbor Freight and all these companies, they didn't really have the tools they do now. They kind of stepped up their game, and you can go there and warranty it. I'm telling you, about 80% of the tools I have, I would have got something from like Harbor Freight where I could just go in, warranty it, no questions asked, because let's be honest, some of this stuff that Snap-on used to be, and I'm talking 20 years ago or more, yeah, they used to be the best stuff that you could buy. Now, I got a lot of Snap-on stuff that is not impressive. Well, with all that said, let's open this baby up, see what I got in here. And these are tools that I have used for years. This isn't a new guy to Snap-on or Mac tools. Used them for a couple months and gonna tell you what he thinks. This is stuff I've used for years. Also, I haven't bought anything from them, Snap-on or Mac, for a while, so these tools might have changed. But here we go. Let's do this. So before the tools and before we open this up, I'll talk about the box itself. It's, the Maximizer. This is the first version. It didn't have any of the power bank drawer, whatever they call it. I got the craziest deal on this thing. There was a guy that was covering for the route driver. He sold me this toolbox for the price of a different red and black toolbox on the truck, and I got this thing for $3,500. It was an insane deal. And Jesse was the guy's name that owned the route. He stood by that, and he said he got reimbursed from Mac, but he did honor the price. So Jesse, I do appreciate it. for $3,500, I jumped on this so fast. I was like, I'll pay you cash right now. And I did need a bigger toolbox, and I do like it. I got no complaints about the box. I had three Snap-on boxes before this, and they were decent too. One thing I didn't like about the second Snap-on box I had, it's that real common one that everybody gets. What is it? The KRL 72 or some damn thing. I had like 3 drawers opened at one time, and the damn thing tipped over on me. So you gotta watch that. This box, I'm not sure if it would do that. But yeah, I do like this box. I got one drawer down here that won't shut. It's, you know what I mean? It won't shut all the way, so I gotta figure that out. But other than that, no complaints on this, especially for the price. All right, here we go, the money drawer. This thing should make a cash register noise when you open it. You can spend some coin on sockets real fast. Just the sockets, you know, the sets, especially if you do Snap-on. That's mostly what this is, Snap-on, some Mac stuff. I might have some cheaper sockets in here, but all the ratchets, Snap-on. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the Snap-on sockets, but I love their ratchets. Their ratchets are damn nice, and I know some of the lower-end companies are making decent ratchets now, but something about snappy ratchets that are damn nice. Sockets, can't stand them. I'll show you why in a second here. This is probably one of my favorite ratchets, this locking flex head with that push button. That thing's pretty sweet. I do like the digital torque wrench, but you can get that icon torque wrench for like a third of the price. I mean, I want to say this one's like $600. Not exactly sure what the Harbor Freight one is, but you know, I'll probably throw that in here if I find it. But I know it's a hell of a lot cheaper than $600. But yeah, it's frustrating. So all the sockets, I mean, they are what they are, but you know, sockets, it's not like I break sockets all the time. You know, you'll knurl them over if you're using an impact socket or using a chrome socket for an impact. And I got a lot of chrome stuff because I just small engine stuff. I don't need a lot of impact, but the metric, they do put that knurling on them, which is kind of nice. But other than that, they have all this info on them. Same with Mac. They got all these numbers and letters on there. Just give me the fucking size. I just want to know what fucking size it is. Like here, boom, 21. That's all I want to know. Don't care about anything else. Even these cheap Craftsman ones, boom, 27. Simple. You know, I don't need BR785, you know, Snap-on Made in America Inc. Just, I mean, Christ, give me the damn size. Write that shit small, tiny on the inside and upside down for the route drivers to figure out. Why do I need to know that stuff? It's so frustrating. And you look at some of these, you know, Harbor Freight and cheaper sockets that I could go get warranted anytime if I wanted to. I can't warranty my Snap-on stuff because I don't have the fucking time or energy to mail it in or the receipts. I mean, look at that. It's ridiculous. Can't read nothing. Some people take red nail polish and color it in and wear it off. Like, I got time to do that on a set of sockets that costed me $1.7 million. I mean, if you spend $1.7 million on a set of sockets, come on, you should be able to read them. They should be the best. That's my whole point with this stuff. They should think of the little stuff for the price. But I got roped in because, you know, the whole, I'm going to come here every day or once a week and warranty the stuff. This is a pretty sweet little ratchet for the bits and stuff. I'll grab one here in a second, but I can't do my job without these. These are the 6-inch. It's a set of like Torx, a couple Phillips in there, and a standard. But you know, for a lot of the saws are Torx. They do have some longer Allens. They're hard to find, but yeah, right there, boom, that's sweet. And then their cordless screwdriver, I absolutely have to have those. But yeah, that's, I think, a Blue Point set. Mac makes them. And I'll get to the drawer that has these, but they're just basically 6-inch Torx bits and, you know, screwdriver set. And they go in all your bit drivers and cordless screwdrivers and all that stuff. But that's pretty sweet. I do like that. Other than that, I mean, what else do I got in here? I was going to say, yeah, the Blue Point set actually was better than the Mac or the Snap-on. They don't break as easy. Safety Torx, those are kind of nice to have. I just got a cheap set of these, or Blue Point or something. Still the same thing, got 87 letters and numbers on there. The Mac, these are nice. They're stud pullers, taking off like bar studs and stuff. They work good. You just got to make sure you have the right size. If you don't have the right size, you'll mess up the threads, and you don't want to do that. But that's a sweet little set to have. The trays are kind of nice, some of them are. But, 1 sec. Sorry, air compressor went off there. But, this is annoying. These things rattle around, and even if you get it replaced, it doesn't matter. The new one's going to do the same damn thing. They're just, again, most expensive stuff you can get. It should be the best. But, I guess, so if I could do it all over, I would get the snap-on ratchets, all the extensions, sockets, all that stuff. I would get something else. I'd get something cheaper, something that you can read. The wrenches. Let's get into this too. So the Flank Drive Plus from Snap-on, the Knuckle Saver, that stuff, it's okay and it's nice for certain situations. These are the ratcheting Flank Drive Plus. These are super nice, but they were literally $2.2 million. $2.2 mil for that set. And the Flank Drive Plus, the thing with those, any brass fittings, any like the nitrous fittings I'm doing, the aluminum stuff, it beats the hell out of everything. It marks it up. You can't use it. So then you have to have another set of $2 million wrenches. You have to have 2 sets of wrenches. I mean, because you can't always be beating stuff up. So it's almost like the standard wrench would be better. These are Craftsman, like a ratcheting open end. I don't know if they make these, if anybody else picked that up, but those have saved my ass before. Just saved so much time. I got these thin, VIM I think makes these. There's thin wrenches. Those are nice to have. You know, you're going to want to have your stubbies, ratcheting wrenches, swivel head ratcheting wrenches, whatever you want to call it. Crow's feet, I never really use them, but got to have it. Pliers, Nipex. I think Nipex makes the best pliers. All my snap ring pliers and the stuff that I really use is all Nipex. They make some good stuff. Obviously, you got your vice grips in there. I don't care what anybody says, you need those. These are Blue Point, longer pliers. These are nice for taking off spark plug boots. A lot of people take off spark plug boots wrong. With the steels, you just grab that strap and you just pull it off with that. Another Nipex. It says Mac on it, but it's Nipex. This is sweet pliers. I use this all the time. It's it's basically like an adjustable channel lock wrench. You know what I mean? It's pretty sweet though. You can put some pressure on it. These are okay. It's not actually made in America though. It kind of pisses me off. It is Snap-on. It's like made in Brazil, but it's like a adjustable wrench with teeth. That thing will get some pretty crazy stuff off. But yeah, the wrenches. So I would just buy cheaper wrenches. The Mac, I like these wrenches. These actually weren't that bad. They're the Knuckle Saver, which doesn't beat stuff up, but it gives you that extra grab. And they got like the flex head or whatever they call these damn things, and they're ratchet wrenches. But for ratchet wrenches, I like the ones that you have a switch or a lever. These are, I cannot remember what the hell they call these. These are from Snap-on. These are nice. They're extensions that if you push them in halfway, you get angle. And if you push it in all the way, it's a regular extension. Those are pretty sweet, I gotta admit that. Some of this stuff, again, is I would buy it just because it's the best tool to have and it's gonna work the best. But if I had the option, I would get it somewhere else. So, all right, the screwdrivers. Let's be real. Unless Snap-on has changed this, they make comically bad screwdrivers. I think, like some of the Mac ones, and I've heard Matco is really good. And, Mac, I think, is just rebranded Stanley, if I'm wrong. But they harden the tips on them. I think Snap-on actually softens the tips of their screwdrivers. I think they use aluminum or something. They're so bad. All their picks, everything, they're terrible. This is a Mac one. It's got that hardened tip. And they're a hell of a lot better. I can't even use my Snap-on screwdrivers. That one, I'm sure I've never used it or it'd be bent. They're so bad. And here is the kicker. The first time I saw this, I literally lost my mind. So the first tool I ever had warranted from Snap-on was a screwdriver. Now, all you guys already know what I'm going to say. Dude, they don't replace the whole screwdriver. They take the fucking end out of it and they replace the end. They don't replace the whole screwdriver. How ridiculous is that? I mean, it reminds me of like a cheap old lady that goes to bingo. No offense to all my cheap old lady bingo fans, but come on. Like, first time I saw that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I literally looked at the truck driver. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, dude. What are you doing? And then he explained it. So Mac, they actually replaced the whole screwdriver, the whole ratchet, the whole everything. Snap-on rebuilds shit and replaces it. Like, why? don't even get me going. Anyway, that was that's for cleaning out like carb jets and stuff. It's a little drill set that goes in a special end. It's pretty sweet. That's for AR-15. A lot of this specialty tools and stuff, you're gonna have to, you might be able to order that through like a steel dealership, but you know, I'm again certified tech for Briggs, Cowie, Kohler, Honda, Steel, and Husky, so I get a lot of this stuff, order it through them. A lot of the specialty stuff though, if you can get it through, besides Steel makes some really good tools actually. Like their tools are really nice, but that's all Steel stuff. The rest of the stuff I just order off Amazon or get through a, wherever. Like a lot of it's compression testers. Like a compression tester is a compression tester. Leak down tester, it's all the same. So I just get quality stuff for quote unquote quality. Little Torx. Some of the quote unquote specialty screwdrivers and stuff you do need to get from wherever you need it, from Briggs or whatever, but a lot of it you can find on Amazon. A few people had asked about this. I don't really know the set, but I got a set from Mac that were 3 pliers that had teeth on them and 3 that didn't. So I hope that helps you. But honestly, you can just take a grinder and just grind off the teeth or file them off. The reason for that is for grabbing fuel lines and rubber intake boots and stuff like that you don't want to hit with serrated pliers and mess them up. But I've done that to the hemostats, or whatever you want to call them, and other pliers where I just use them for intake boots and stuff. These are probably my favorite ones, and boy, I sure wish I could warranty those because they're pretty beat up. But same with Mac. The Mac guy, this was in the paper. It's not like I'm saying anything that's inside info, but it was in the paper that he had an insurance fraud claim. He tried to burn his freaking Mac truck down. It's insane. So I don't know where they find these guys, but good Lord. So here's the precision tool drawer for when you need to get stuff down to the 1,000th of an inch. Some big hammers. I do like this. This is a hacksaw from Snap-on. I think it's just a blade though that makes it nice, but it cuts like crazy. Bunch of pullers. Some of these pullers are kind of high end. This one's really nice. This is a Mac puller. It kind of locks into place. It's like ratcheting, but locks in. And this thing's kind of saved my ass a couple times. It's a little on the small side, but I also have like the whole full puller set from Mac. That's a pretty nice set too. But I'm going to pull this off here in a second. Can't get the damn leg back on, but they pull off. You can flip them around, and it's pretty sweet. So yeah, with no way to warranty this stuff though, I mean, you guys got to understand my gripe here. It's worthless. If you can't warranty it, why would you pay even over what you could for cheap tools? It makes no sense. I'm just a real simple person, and to me, it's easy to. All right, done fumbling with that. But yeah, that's a sweet puller. This is a German company. It's like Gedore or something like that. Gedore. But this thing is really slick. I need it for pulling bearings off crankshafts for these saws where you don't have a lot of room. Usually just tightening up the bottom will pop it loose, and then you can just crank the top stud down and it'll pull it off the rest of the way. But I want to say this thing was pretty damn expensive. It was probably like $400 or something like that. But it does work pretty good. I really need that thing. But yeah, the rest, I mean, just random pullers. Some of it's from Briggs and whatnot, just dead blow hammers. So here's one. I hear some of these, self-proclaimed badass mechanics. If you got a claw hammer in your toolbox, you ain't no mechanic. You know what? Let's have a little race rebuilding an engine and then do some sheetrocking after and see who's the best. Actually, you wouldn't use that hammer for sheetrocking, but you know what I'm saying. But, these are pretty slick. These are actually for pulling off the tabs for car interiors or something like that, but I use them for other stuff, just random files. There's a little set of Mac files that are pretty sweet. I use these a lot. I wish I could warranty them. That one, I don't pick it up, but that one that's below the freaking hatchet for some reason, that's a seal puller. That thing's pretty slick. All this shit I don't know how to use. No, I'm not the best with electrical, but spark tester. The Mac spark tester is pretty good. I do like it. Just random Blue Point stuff. This is actually for doing like professional style connections. I do like that. It does that like double end fold over for crimping, and that's pretty slick. It's got replaceable jaws. I do like that thing. These little, whatever they're called, the Nikon or whatever the hell they call these damn things, they're Noco. they're pretty sweet. I do like those. They'll start just about anything. Okay, so here, this is where a lot of people, I'm going to probably lose a lot of people because I've heard so many people say that the snap-on cordless stuff, battery-powered stuff is worthless. I highly disagree. I really do. A lot of their cordless stuff is where I think I would buy it all again. This guy right here, though, the cordless screwdriver, this guy, the smaller 14.4 impact, cordless ratchet, and this light, can't do my job without this stuff. This would be the holy, what do you call that? Quartet. The holy quartet. Love this stuff. In fact, the cordless screwdriver is such a good tool that I have one more even yet. So I have 3 of them just because Snap-on dropped the ball big time and they got away from it. So the rocker trigger, I absolutely love. That's why you'll see me when I run Bolton, I tap reverse first and then I tap forward. The reverse basically sets the threads so you know you're not going to cross thread it, and then you just run it in. The cordless screwdriver is not like the Milwaukee's and any of that stuff. This one is kind of nice. This is the somewhat newer version before they went away from the rocker trigger like a bunch of idiots, but the bit just slips in, but the bit is always locked. I've had so many people that just have never used one that don't get it, and they see me breaking stuff loose and hand tightening stuff, and they're like, you're pretty brave running that in or breaking it loose with the impact. And they just don't understand that it's always locked. So what I'll do is I'll keep it on a lower setting, and then I'll run it in, and it stops, and then I'll tighten it by hand. But the Milwaukee's and DeWalt's and all that stuff, it doesn't do that. The head is not locked when you let off the trigger. So I use it, and trust me, they are tougher than nails. I use it like a breaker bar sometimes. So I can take like cylinder head bolts, I can break them loose with the tool, then I can run them out with the impact. You know, I absolutely cannot do my job without this. This is a miracle tool for me. This is the one version older where the bit doesn't lock in just by pushing it in, but the batteries last forever. They have 2-speed. They're super strong if you do want to use like an impact. I'm telling you, their drills, the chucks on them kind of go bad. That's why I got tape on that one. I was using that one to start the pit bike for a while, and it kept coming loose. But their batteries last a long time. I've had a lot of this stuff is the older versions of it, but their batteries last forever. I know a lot of it's not brushless, or pretty much everything I have is not brushless, I think. But maybe the new bit driver. But I'm telling you, I've had the Milwaukee's. I still have the Milwaukee's, the DeWalt's, all that stuff. The Snap-on batteries last way longer. And throughout time, they don't age as bad. You know how batteries get after a while? They don't charge as good. They don't stay charged as long. Again, I'm gonna tell you my own experience. It'll probably be different from a lot of other people's. Their batteries are damn good. This is the battery moves on this. It kind of swivels. I'm gonna have a hard time with one hand, but you can move it around. See how it moves like that? That's kind of slick. It sounds stupid, but without that, it doesn't fit in the drawer without taking the battery off. But their cordless Sawzall, their cordless angle grinder, I like them. I think they work really good. Their impacts and drills, yeah, some of the other stuff is stronger, like the Milwaukee's probably got more foot-pounds of torque or whatever, but their batteries don't last as long. And to me, I hate to have to change batteries all the time. This is a little torch. I do like that thing. Other than that, you're going to hear so many people say that the Snap-on cordless stuff sucks. The price is way too high. That's the problem. That's just random cords and corded tools. Basically sets, specialty tools, pullers, pressure vac testers. The Mighty Vac works good. Compression tester, I do like the Mac compression tester, probably better than anything else. This is a cheap set, Milwaukee hole saws, like the hole saw bit set. I love that set actually. A lot of steel specialty tools, pullers and crankcase splitters and all that stuff. Okay, so here, I bought these. I have never used these. You know what? Honestly, if anybody wanted to buy these, I would sell these. I have 2 of these, never been used. Never been used. They're the, Mac, air tools. They're both 1/2 inch. One's I think they call it the stubby or something. The air hammer, I'd keep that. I like that. But if anybody wanted to buy that, they're probably damn expensive. I'm never going to use them. I don't even have an air compressor that I would use it for, but I bought it when I was at the shop. Sometimes, you get some old piece of shit John Deere lawnmower. Not that John Deere sucks, but, I thought I would need it. But honestly, I have a DeWalt 1/2 inch cordless. I can get pretty much everything I need to get off with that. Snap-on T-handles and Torx and all that, they're not the best. They freaking break. I got some Craftsman, same thing. I think that it's just the pressure you can put on them, they're going to break. Now, as far as this stuff, this is just the sets of the longer Torx, the 6-inch Torx stuff. I got Blue Point set, Max set. These hones, that's the only style of hone that I use for the Nicosil lining. Some people say you shouldn't do that. Bullshit. It's just not true. This is a bore scope. I really like this thing. The problem is the price. Again, a lot of this stuff from Snap-on is really good stuff. They're just priced too damn high. I mean, I don't even want to say how much that bore scope was. Ridiculous. $6.5 million. Probably wouldn't be unrealistic. But it does work good. You can take pictures. It's color. You can change the angles. Again, these are the only style hones that I use for Nicosil cylinder linings. And yeah, this is the Blue Point set. The Blue Point is actually better than the Snap-on. So this is just random leftovers. I keep them all out on my my workbench because I use them so much. But this is kind of what you get in them. You get a Phillips is standard, like a number 2, number 1. You get the ones that hold the lock-in other bits, which is kind of pointless for what I do. But they do work good. I used to get them replaced with Snap-on back when I could warranty my tools. The Snap-on ones would break immediately, so I would actually tell them, get Blue Point. Blue Point was better. Mac is probably better than Snap-on and Blue Point. And I don't know if I even have anything in these anymore. Just leftover stuff. And what sucks is I have a bunch of these I need to get warranted. I use them so much and they do eventually go bad, but nowhere to warranty them. And they're really hard to find somewhere else, so I end up ordering them off eBay. Random crap. I bought this. This is like a spacer for doing a conversion on a 362 or something. I don't know why the hell I still have that. It's like just basically an aluminum spacer. It's kind of weird that I have that, but maybe I'll use it for something someday. Random crap. This is for, checking jets and whatnot on carbs. Basically a gauge. This carb tool for Walbro. I have one for the hell of Zama too. I don't know where it is right now. That's a badass claw hammer right there. All you mechanics that say make fun of claw hammers, well, that's what's up. We went through that. I think we pretty much went through everything here, but again, your experience might be different. A bunch of tools in there and whatnot, but that's pretty much it, guys. Your experience might be different. That was my experience. What's in there? Oh shit, better. What I think. This is the raddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Really?